Hi, welcome to Talking About. I'm John Griffith.
Oh my God, I'm Cara Kilduff. Look at who it is.
It's Brett Gleason. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, that's cool.
She's never done a Skype with me before.
It's not quite as good as being with you, but it's kind of neat seeing myself on a big screen.
Oh my God, it's so cool. I'm such a Luddite. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good. I miss you guys.
Yeah, well, I'd say we have to get in the same room, but I know life gets in the way. You were originally supposed to be here in person, but life happens, and we managed to work this out. So I'm grateful that we're able to do this.
Likewise, technology. Wow.
Brett, I love your haircut.
Thank you. It's funny. I can see myself, and I'm just like, how is it?
It looks great.
It's shorter than last time.
I know,
It's probably the shortest I've seen you.
Yes. I wanted it short for a while, but I realized that would please my parents far too much, and I put it off. But here we are.
Well, it happens. You know, it's like once you approach the end of your 20s, you stop wanting to appease or tick them off. So, yeah, you'll find that out once you get out of your 20s.
Yeah, it's interesting. Cutting my hair shorter and shaving my face, it all makes me look young at some point. So I'll embrace it.
So what have you been up to?
I've been up to a lot. I'm making new music, but kind of differently these days. I'm doing one song at a time, and part of that is because I'm doing it through a Patreon right now, which is sort of a monthly subscription program where folks kind of chip in either $1, $3, $5, $10, $25 a month to help with music. So as opposed to in the past where I would do like a Kickstarter, make a big album, now just pushing forward one song at a time, because that's my funding work. But it also helps me to stay really connected with my audience and get feedback on each song, really stay connected, and helps with the creative process. It also works well because that's how the music is these days. It's kind of works on a single basis. So I'm enjoying it, though I do really hope to get it all together for a full album in the next year or so.
That would be nice. I mean, I always have a great appreciation for your work.
Thank you.
Well, I follow Brett on the Twitter. I know you do too.
I
right?
do too. Okay.
But it's exciting that when you say you have something new available, and it's nice because I'm like, oh, he's getting it done.
Well, and we only do albums like every 3 years, have something, and that's just not gonna cut it anymore. Content moves so fast. So I'm always working on having more constant content too. So I do like a live stream every month. I'm actually, just like everyone else in this world, I'm working on having a consistent podcast that will go up every month at least. Because there's so much technology and it's so easily accessible, and it's just such a great way to stay connected and to have a constant loop of contact with listeners. So it's not just about music these days. Music is such a small part of it. It's really about creating culture and connection with all the listeners, and it's just one.
That seems to be the way of the independent artist these days.
Yeah. It's really fun, to be honest. Like, I need to get a good camera. That's kind of my next goal, so I can start making like short form videos on my own. Upping my YouTube channel. I used to be like, oh, YouTube is all about having just really fancy music videos, but actually just uploading like a 2-minute video tomorrow, just talking about my song. I'm sort of getting really vulnerable about what it's about, and that feels good. I think it's really to use technology to our advantage and connect. I mean, you look at a lot of the YouTube that get attention, they aren't posting really flashy, amazing, high-tech videos. They're just putting on their camera and chatting it up.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah, you have the extremes. You have the glitz and flash for certain people, and then you just have the people who are getting real. And you, as a person and with your music, you bare your soul.
Yeah, and have both. You know, you can release really beautiful high-end music video, you know, once or twice a year, but in between that, people sort of, I mean, they forget about you, but also they lose that connection with you. You know, any kind of art you do is about connection, and you know, it's like a friend or it's like a relationship. If you don't talk to them consistently, and if you don't listen to them, then they're not at the top of your mind.
Oh my God,
Then
you're
when
dating your audience. I like
Yeah.
that analogy, though. It's true. It makes sense.
I didn't say it. But it's true. And then, you know, when all of a sudden 6 months later I come out and I'm like, I have a new album, buy it. They're just like, Brett, where have you been? You know? So,
Brett, where have you been?
no, you know, if you just come around and you just ask for stuff, then you have to give. So, and I love it. I love sharing my story and listening and understanding it. Especially as a solo artist, it just makes me feel more connected and less isolated.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
What have you guys been up to?
Well, you go
Huh?
first.
Well, I just went on a little quickie cruise. Found a good deal. So I guess
Nice.
people were dropping out because of their fear with what's going on in the world. So, but also all however many of us made it back healthy, and yeah, it's like living more in Florida than in New York these days.
I thought so, yeah.
He took a trip on a death ship.
So brave.
Actually, the ship that I was on is only going to exist until this weekend. It's coming out of service.
Oh.
Maybe that's why you got a good deal on the cruise.
I got a 4-day cruise for cheaper than one night's hotel. So
Let's see if she's still seaworthy. Take her out, take some money, and then take her out on the high seas. I don't know.
The final frontier.
Yeah. Ocean, the final frontier.
Terrifying.
Let's see, what have I been up to? I've been up to watching Ancient Aliens marathons every chance I get on the History Channel. Do you know this show?
I do not know this show now.
Oh my God, it's so good, Brett. Oh my God. I turned one of my friends onto it because we had watched Parasite and we just like couldn't commit to anything after that. Did you see Parasite?
No, I'm yet to see it. I do want to.
I'm not going to say anything about the movie, but afterwards we were just like, So her wife went to go use the washroom, and so we're sitting there, and I had the clicker, and I was like, oh, we're going to watch this. And, you know, they're talking, whatever. It's such a good show. And she just sat there and went, this is some crazy shit. And I was like, I know. So hopefully I can turn on someone else to Ancient Aliens. I don't know. I'm just working.
Ancient Alien.
Yeah, it's on the History Channel. There's a crazy guy with this nutty hair is like the producer or whatever. Oh, yeah, it's on Netflix. Thanks, Joey.
Oh, I was just going to say, the History Channel is just pure clickbait these days, isn't it?
Well, it used to be the Nazi channel when it first came out, remember? It was like the World War II channel. And now it's, you know.
yeah, well, TLC used to be the learning channel.
Yeah, you could actually learn things, and then it became trash. But anyway.
Trash is fun sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Gotta pay the bills.
mm-hmm.
I guess.
Which brings us back to paying your bills with your music.
Yes. Yes, or my teaching, which is why I wasn't able to make it today. But yes, music is slowly making more of an income. And, you know, like I said, it's mostly through my Patreon. You know, like you see most artists push their Spotify like that. And, you know, that it's a really great music discovery. And it's a great way for people to listen to music. It's convenient. That's the main way I listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not really a modern method for music income, unless maybe you're a super famous pop singer or hip hop. Some of them make it through streaming, but you know, the way that I make any sort of income, at least nothing comes to fund my career, is through direct contributions from people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right now through a subscription service. Now that I have music coming out consistently, it will be somewhat merch, through, stickers and t-shirts, shows and things like that. But, like any business, you need to have a consistent, predictable, and reliable income, not just a few months or years when you release something.
Right.
So having a subscription-based service like this, like a Netflix, it's just one more thing.
It's Brettflix.
Yes. There we go.
You can use that, Brettflix.
I'm gonna use it.
We'll see it on Twitter later today.
OMG.
Use it. I mean, you might get more subscriptions.
Yeah,
Subscribe to Brettflix.
Yeah, love it.
You could put that on your YouTube channel when you start putting up short form videos and stuff. What? Yes. What?
That's funny. Well, a lot of gay artists, they use like OnlyFans. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, but that's.
You'd be amazed how many like gay musicians have a OnlyFans instead of a Patreon. It's a similar thing, except
you're wearing more than just a guitar.
PG. Yes.
So, a lot of the OnlyFans sites, if somebody is performing music, they are wearing only a guitar.
Yes.
I've not heard of this. Is it because I'm not a gay man?
You're honorary.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know. It's all new. I don't know.
It'll be like some dude will post on Twitter a picture of him working out. He'll be like, "You want to see the unedited version? Join my OnlyFans." But then you'll also look and you'll be like, "Wait, I thought you were a musician." But then you realize, oh yeah, people don't make money through their music. So that's why they have these subscription services. So I don't have just fans though, because I made a strict decision to keep my clothes on.
Good for
Remember.
you.
Yeah, well, you scolded me once for using a shirtless photo of you as promotion for a segment you did with us.
I politely asked not to use that photo.
He's not a piece of meat. He's got feelings.
I mean, we're all pieces of meat, but some of us prefer a rapper.
I don't know, but you're making my glasses fog up.
You're making your own glasses fog up. Stop breathing.
But so much of your music comes from a deeply personal place as well, and I know you're putting a lot, as we just said, you're putting a lot of that into your other content as well. How has the interaction with the fans been as you do get so revealing with your work?
I mean, it's all over the place, to be honest. When you open the door and you reveal yourself, you invite a lot in. And the worst thing that can happen for me as an artist is to get nothing in. And that's the safest thing, and I think a lot of artists prefer it that way. But that's not how I play this game. So, whereas a lot of people respond in kind and they share in the context that I share, I share personally, I reveal my struggles, my challenges. Most people respond to that. They say, you know what, I identify with that. I go through that too. And, I appreciate that, not because it makes me feel less alone.
Right.
And that's my goal in making music. And when I open up about my personal life, it gives music more context. That's the best. But, I definitely have people who maybe would take it a little too far and get a little too personal, who maybe think the connection is a little bit too intense. And some people respond with dick pics, wanking videos. God.
That's the nature of the internet, though. It's just, and men are scum.
Or like some people just getting, especially with the Patreon, a lot of access.
Right.
And there's only so much that I can give. And so, sometimes I think people, I've seen people kind of get jealous or upset if I kind of give more to one person as opposed to another.
So
But
ridiculous.
I mean, I understand because like these connections are real. Nothing that I say or do is false. But they know much more about me than I do about them. So I could be a big part of their life and I don't even.
Right.
So if I step out and don't communicate for 2 or 3 days, for me it might not seem like a big deal, but for them it might kind of be like, oh fuck, Brett, sorry, okay. So it's intense, but that's what I want, and just have to be able to communicate and set boundaries and be quick to block people who don't respect that.
Right. I mean, especially since you are so open about who you are, your life experience, and the highs and lows that you've experienced on your path. A lot of people, I'm sure, identify with that and are going through the same things. And if you catch them in a moment where they're a little bit off kilter, it can intensify things as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I open the door to that. And so it's partly my responsibility to be able to accept that and navigate that and respond with patience and compassion. And I'd like to think that I do.
Great. And yeah, people as consumers, yeah, it's like a piece of music that you put out is either you telling a story or a snapshot of a moment in your life experience. It's not the whole of who you are, and people also need to understand that as well.
Exactly. And I only see snippets of other people's lives too, that's all we get. So we really don't know what's going on.
Could you respond to somebody and be like, where have you been? You haven't commented in days.
Well, I will say there's one supporter of mine who used to comment on everything. And recently she hasn't been commenting or tweeting back a lot. And part of me is like, what did I do?
You did nothing wrong.
I probably didn't.
No.
So it goes every way, both ways.
Have you been doing any touring in addition to this?
Well, over the summer, I did a small tour. Touring is a little tricky because I don't have a car. So I did like a Northeast tour because the Northeast is great with buses and trains. But I took my keyboard and 2 backpacks, one with merch, one with clothes, and my keyboard stand. And I just did like New York, Boston, DC, Philly, which are pretty much cities that I have fan bases in to do. So that was great. I was in Philly this last weekend, did a show in New York before that. And I hope to tour summer. Summer's a good time. I teach during the year. And it's fun, but it's not super productive financially. I think of it more as like a really fun vacation that kicks my ass.
But it's a good way to connect in the 3D world.
Exactly. It's really important for me personally, emotionally, but it doesn't always rock that bottom line,
So yeah, it's tough. It's a tough industry, and it's a tough on the independent artist.
Yeah,
and
it is, but you find your own way.
Exactly, and you are, as we've been talking about, you're adapting to to the current ways of the medium, and you're developing your content in a very approachable way. And I hope, and I'm glad that it's starting to pay off for you.
Thanks. I think so. Either way, I'm committed to do it. This is my life, forever. It's like my life is over.
Oh my goodness.
The boy can commit.
Oh, good Lord. Well, I'm grateful that you're doing it, and I'm grateful that you find the time to spend with us, whether in person or by Skype. I wish you were in the chair next to us, because while this is fun and I'm having a really good time, it's always more fun when you're here with us.
Agreed.
The chairs would be way more comfortable if you were here.
Yes.
This chair sucks.
So do these. We're in
These chairs really
hard
suck.
wooden chairs. Renee warned me, but we're sitting in front of a green screen.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Wow.
It's
That looks
fancy,
pretty
right?
cozy.
Do you like this brick?
I feel like you could have gotten a nice.
And with your hand disappearing into it.
Oh, snap! Oh my God! Wait, look at this. Wait, I'm trying to like grab your face. I can't. Hey, did you see this? Have you seen this commercial for this new truck? I can't remember what brand it is, but like they have this. You can get an option where it makes your trailer invisible, so you can like see through it.
I've seen the commercial for that.
Okay, if you watch television, you'll see it. It's kind of rad. But anyway, it's like, oh, look at this. I'm trying to touch the bricks. Sorry, technology. What? Oh,
Yeah.
It's impressive.
it is.
I know. It's almost like we have a budget.
I feel like this is some kind of sorcery. I don't trust it.
Oh my goodness. But again, I'm really grateful that you were able to take the time with us. Where can people find out more about you, and where can people connect with you, like we've been talking about for the last half hour?
The interwebs. So my name is Brett Gleason. Just search me wherever you're comfortable. My first name has 2 T's, B-R-E-T-T. There, it's on the screen right now. Last name Gleason, G-L-E-A-S-O-N. I'm on all the social medias. I will say, if you like music, you should follow my Spotify, because I'm a musician. I'm also on YouTube. I tweet, Instagram. I have a new single out. I also just launched a podcast called Moody and Gay. You could check that out.
Okay.
There's only 1 episode up, but I'll be dropping more soon.
Moody and gay.
I like it.
Thanks.
That suits you perfectly.
And before
Love
we
it.
go, we're gonna end with the video of your current single. But I do want to take the time to thank you again for spending time with us.
Yeah, thank you for making the time.
And hopefully over the summer, when you're not doing your little mini tour and you have a few less students to deal with, that you can come and sit on the couch and give us a performance in studio.
I'd very much like
just
that.
come and hang.
Yeah, I always tell you there's always a chair for you, and all you have to do is ask.
Thank you. I would love that.
Thank you so much for taking the time with us. What's the name of the song that we're going to see?
The song is called Second Guess.
Okay, and
Yeah.
thank you. And we'll be back after the video, but Brett won't. So thank you, Brett, and we
Thank
will
you.
hopefully see you soon. And you at home, take a look at this.
Don't be so quick to second guess, hesitate. Throw yourself under the bus to procreate. Don't pretend everybody else knows the way. We are all just making this up day by day. But you just everyone but yourself. Why you fall into pieces when everyone else is just as much to blame for all your supposed mistakes. But you constantly have to apologize. It's nothing that you did, just a feeling that yours is bad. You can't change or excuse your feelings. Please don't ask them permission. Don't be so quick to second guess, hesitate. Throw yourself under the bus to procreate. Don't pretend everybody else knows the way. We are all just making this up day by day. Why do you bend over backwards and let them kick? Why do you volunteer for every punishment? Is it because you don't have any sense of purpose? Why do you forfeit your homeland territory? No longer the beautiful white flag of serenity. When you come prepared for a game, but they have come for a battle. Don't be so quick to second guess, hesitate. The instincts that have got you here to this place. Many before have given up or been disgraced, but volunteer and disappear to be replaced. Don't be so quick to second guess, hesitate. Don't be the first to acquiesce, accommodate the people who would put you down and celebrate the demise that you won't have them negotiate. Second guess, self-negate. Second guess, self-negate away. Second guess, self-negate. Second guess, self-negate. Second guess, self-negate. Second guess, self-negate away. Second guess, self-negate. Second guess, self-negate yourself away.
That was Brett Gleason. And if you're a regular viewer of the show, you saw some other familiar faces in the background of that. So follow Brett online and pick up his music. It's available wherever you get it and wherever you stream it and wherever you want it. And thank you so much, Brett, for joining us.
And Brett, if by off chance you might be watching, your students are so lucky. Like you're not just teaching them piano, but you're also teaching them that you're actually doing the thing. And I love the song. It's fantastic.
Yes, thank you so much.
Maybe I'm gonna get a subscription of Brett Flicks.
Very nice.